Hello, how are you all? So today we don't have our usual session of research insights that we discussed in a variety of topics around well-being in organizational development industry. But I just wanted to tune in quickly and ask you all a question. What does it mean to be human? And what happens to that human experience when we come to work? And this is the question that I have asked our delegates at Leadership Summer School last week at British Retail Consortium um, event that I was part of. And what is very interesting is that um, let me take you back a little bit. My role in BRC Leadership Summer School is a purpose lens owner as part of the school. That's all of their structured learning is delivered around these four lenses of people, planet, purpose, and profit. Now, when we look at purpose, I really wanted to facilitate the conversations around the meaning of life and the human experience and the role of work in that. And what we did, we had a little expo where we asked those questions to all of the delegates, all of the learners who came from all retail organizations. And what was really, really insightful, and I think this is something worth sharing, that most people have never asked that question of themselves and never been asked that question by anyone else. And this is very interesting because I think we go through life without ever questioning, who am I? Where am I going? And how do I have that life with no regret? And how do I have meaningful, purposeful work? Or what even is the meaning of work in my life? What role does that fulfill? So to explore some of those themes, what we have done, we had big posters and we have asked delegates to answer the question, to kind of finish some sentences. So I am, and we asked people to finish that to see how they answer. We also gave them little cards, and on one side we had written life is ... On other side, work is. And we asked people as well to finish that. So what was very interesting to see that, again, people were responding so differently to the question, who am I? Also, the role of life and description of a metaphor of people's lives is also very varied. But there was a common thread and the common theme of life is a journey of some sorts, right? Life is an experience. Life is being present. Life is enjoying what's here and now, and being grateful and sharing that experience and making the most out of it. But for work thread, when we asked what work is, now there was a huge division and people answered it in kind of some extremes. And for big group of people, work was a source of meaning and purpose and growth and development, a way to develop yourself and a way to make an impact and to make a difference. But for other people, work was an escape. And there were some of these very interesting topics and questions and themes were coming out where people are saying, well, work is an escape from real life. Well, what does it mean? What is meaning of life, and what is real life, and what is work in that? So it's been very interesting, and people were trying to escape themselves, trying to escape intimacy, trying to escape abusive relationships, uncomfortable conversations, and other uncomfortable situations in their personal lives. So that's a question then back to you and for those who are listening, in your role at whatever job role and title you have, knowing that everyone relates to their life in such a different way, and knowing that work fulfills such a different purpose for each and every one individual, I'd love to ask you a question. What does it mean for you, for your role and for your leadership? And how do you then lead with this knowledge? And how do you then support people's journey if you know that it is so individual and it is so different? Thank you, Shafiq, for your kind words and your comments there, saying life is a blessing. Absolutely, and for some people, life is a blessing. For others, it might be life is hard, right? And it's very, very interesting to know that the way we relate to that metaphor and the way we relate to the meaning of life can really shape our mindset and attitudes and behaviors. So it is really worth asking that question and to really have that understanding what it means and how other people relate to that. I'd want to share actually some insights from some of those comments that we got from the event. And let me just bear with me for a moment, and I'm just going to share my screen. So I'm actually just going to start with that. So when we look at, if you can just give me a heads up that you can see the screen with I am in the middle, that would be great. So the first question that we ask people is, who are you? And we ask them to provide those answers. And as you can see, how differently people answer this question. So some people said, I am human, I'm alive, I'm here, I'm present, I am me. But also, people put a lot of different things there in terms of their own specific roles, such as mom or a sister or specific roles that they play, but also how they feel, right? So maybe I'm excited, I am I'm responsible, I'm open to change. Someone put their name there, right? So the way people relate to themselves and the way they identify with their own presence is very unique and different. And hopefully this can illustrate that. Now, next question we asked in terms of how we relate to work, we asked if work was an answer, what questions would you ask? And there's so many different ways to look at this, right? And the way we ask this is really just to facilitate the conversations around how differently we think about life and work. And some people come to work because they need bills to pay. Some people come to work because they want that meaning and purpose. And some other people are there because they want to escape some of those toxic relationships, right? So it's very interesting to look at, okay, if work is an answer, what would you like those questions to be? And yeah, how to live that meaningful life, or how to escape some aspects of your life, or how to pay your bills. And it's very interesting to see those different questions and what this means for leadership. What does it mean for you as a colleague, as a friend, understanding that maybe when you come to work, that work fulfills very different purpose for each and every one of your colleagues. And then here are some of the examples where we asked questions about what work is and what life is. And again, it's really, really interesting. And yeah, there is more of those of life is a blessing. Someone also added in the comments, life is an adventure, enjoyment, living, complex, beautiful. But work is very, very different, right? There's helping me learn and grow, a tool for money, chance to escape my real life, and what you make of it, right? So I think for me, the one that says a chance to escape my real life is very interesting because, again, what is life and what is real life and what is work. And I think this really illustrates the fact that most people go through life without actually questioning, what does it mean to lead real authentic life, and what does it mean to be truly authentic myself? And some of those can really bring awareness and representation to how we relate to ourselves and our work and our life. And there are some more of those questions and answers on those cards. So again, life can be family, fulfillment, joy, travel, safety, security, one continuous lesson. Life is precious. Life is being present. But work is Work could be stretching myself, could be an opportunity, could be purpose, or work is taking over my life. So I'd love to hear some of your thoughts on some of those comments we've shared. And for me, I think what is really interesting is hearing some of your comments. What is life for you? What is work for you? And what purpose does that fulfill for you? I think we need to create spaces where we have more of those conversations, when we can really look at bringing more of that balance between, again, this is probably a wrong language to use. I don't think that we should have work and life balance. I think we should have life balance, and work is a big part of that, right? The moment we put them on a balance scale, they are in conflict in a way, right? The more we do one, another one is sacrificed. So the work balance in that, I think, and the way we are uh, placing our work in our lives can really shape our sacrifices in a way that we make, right? And I truly and honestly believe that work and your professional success doesn't have to come at the cost of personal sacrifices. It doesn't have to cost our health. It doesn't have to cost our relationships. It doesn't have to cost our happiness and purpose. So I would just love to put that question back to you. And yeah, what is life? What is work for you? And how does your balance look like? What is the meaning of work, and what purpose does that fulfill for you in your personal journey? So thank you very much for listening, for tuning in, for commenting. I just wanted to share a little bit of our journey, and next week we will be back at our usual midday time with the next topic of organizational well-being. And until then, I just leave you to ponder about the meaning of life and the purpose of work and our role in all of this. So thank you very much, and enjoy the sunshine. Speak soon.